Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rox and I'm coming to you today with the review for R&B Divas LA Season 2, Episode 3. So, y'all, my back. Oh my God. I don't know what the hell is wrong with your back. How you just throw your back out putting on your clothes? I was putting on my shirt today. And just all of a sudden, it felt like I pulled something right in the... It actually feels like a gas bubble, like right in between my shoulder blades. But you know how it is when you do any sharp move, it feel like it take your damn breath. Yeah. Don't get old, y'all. First and foremost, well, I guess it's not first now, but I also want to give a happy birthday shout out to my sister-in-law, Marvelyn. I don't even know if she watches... I know she watches some of my videos sometimes, but I'm not sure if she watches this one. But you know what? Better safe than sorry. Okay, this is my marvelous Marvelyn. Okay, my wonderfully crazy sister-in-law. And I mean that. Like she will beat that. Anyway, you guys, another thing I want to say before we get to the review is I have a busy weekend. I know Love and Hip Hop comes on tonight. I'm going to commit to one video. It's either going to be Love and Hip Hop or it's going to be Top of the Blogs. But it ain't going to be both. Tomorrow is my 16th wedding anniversary. And Saturday is my husband's birthday. So, I can't be fucking around with y'all this weekend. Okay? But I will do something tomorrow. Y'all, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys tell me which one you want to see. You know, Love and Hip Hop is definitely a higher watch video, so I have a feeling that's going to be the one. But yeah, y'all just leave it down there and I'm going to leave it to you. But only one, okay? Alright, so with all that being said, shit, let's get to it, shall we? Alright, y'all, I'm going to get Michele's intro down for y'all. Just hold on here. Y'all know I really do like Lil Michele. It's so funny. One of my viewers was so proud of themselves, y'all. They got Michele to watch with my videos, and I was just like... I mean, I know y'all be trying to look out for old Rocky, and I appreciate it, but, you know, it wasn't like it was the most glowing review of Michele. So then I was just like, I just want y'all to don't be forwarding my videos to people when I talk about them. Although I don't feel like I talked about Michele bad. I didn't, but, you know, maybe she might not take too kindly to me, you know, mocking her singing voice. But I do. I'm going to tell you, Michele, if you still watching, girl, that CD that you had, some people think I'm nice. Some people think I'm nasty. That shit used to be the jam for real. And it still is. They played it on the radio the other day on my way home from work. I was like, shit. I turned that shit up. I used to have a Wrangler. I told you guys, had a Wrangler. I had my boom box in the back. And honey, Michele CD was on constant repeat. Okay, that shit had the boom. It had the sound that you wanted when you would be coming down the street, because it was like, it has so much bass. I'm off subject, right? I know, y'all. Let me get to this run for y'all. Just be patient. Pray for me as I step forth in faith. No, that's not it. That's not it either. Wait a minute. That shit is kind of hard, Michele. Michele, I love you. I do. She really is I'm starting to like her more and more on the shows. But yeah, anyway, y'all. Michele goes to talk to Claudette, okay, because she wants Claudette to support her in, you know, her steps towards healing from her suicide attempt. So, Toni has set her up to speak at a support group and, you know, just kind of share her experiences, and she wants Claudette to go with her, and Claudette says, you know what, I'll go with you because I, too, have, you know, thought about suicide in the past, but just my love for my children wouldn't let me do it. So they find some common ground, and very good. It was actually really good that, you know, Claudette was there to support her. It was also very good that when Michele went there, she didn't start crying. It was touch and go for a second there. You know, she was getting a little choked up, and I was just like, oh, Michele, girl, come on now, come on. But she got it together, and, you know, she talked to the people, and she was actually pretty comfortable behind the podium. So maybe this is gonna be good for her. I hope so. I mean, I still would like to see her really get some intensive therapy, because we don't want her to try it again, right? What about old boy in the back of the damn session that was, I mean, he was seriously way back in the cut. The nigga was all dark, and I was like, fuck, they got a filter on him. He was in the cut for real. He was just like, hey, what about, you know, them saying that entertainers have everything together? And she was just like, you know what, it's actually harder for entertainers, because, you know, people put us on pedestals, and you find yourself trying to keep on, you know, meeting the demand and the expectations, and it just comes to a point where you just cannot meet the expectation anymore, and you get depressed, which is understandable. That makes sense. I was actually kind of sad that we didn't get to see old Toni Michele, if you watching. What's going on with you, Toni girl? Lil Mo has found her way back in the studio, and she's trying to, you know, sing about what she's going through in life right now. What she's going through in life right now is her separation from Mr. Philip and eventual divorce. She has a song that she and Philip have been working on together, that she wants to use, and she just wants to cut Philip's part out and just have her part, and it's called Not That Into You. I was like, well, damn. That poor Philip is sure gonna get drugged through the mud. I sure feel sorry for ex-husbands on these reality shows, because they don't be on the show no more, and they ain't got no platform, and honey, these women be just talking so bad about them. So anyway, she meets with, you know, producer, musician, engineer type in the studio, and she's just telling them what she wants to do. She says that she wants it to be church ratchet. Okay. Now, I had to think real hard about that, and I came up with the conclusion that church ratchet is, you know, one of these hip-hop R&B kind of songs with a whole bunch of church runs in it that only Lil Mo in her ghetto-ness can handle. So one of the guys plays a track for her that he came up with, and she likes it, and, you know, she's able to come up with some stuff just off the top of her head. Now, Claudette and Lila stop by just to show some support, and after she finishes, you know, singing a few things and letting them hear what she got to do, she sits down with him and she tells him that, you know, she's just feeling real free and real good about what's going on right now, and the fact that, you know, old Philip used to be kind of like the old dictator Ike Turner type. I didn't really get that from him when he was on the show. Did you guys? I mean, hey, I mean, you know, people ain't got to put their real selves on the show, but anyway, like I said, yeah, he is really about to get pulled through the keyhole for real. But she tells him that he only demanded that she worked with him, and I was, you know, what do y'all believe that? Because, you know, Lil Mo is really the ride or die type chick, okay? So I just kind of get the impression that she would be like, I'm not working with nobody but my husband, because I'm ride or die and I'm for him and he can do it, and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, y'all, we got this song to look forward from Lil Mo. Now, I told you guys in the very first review that I did for this show, for this season, right, that I was not sure how hood and quirky was gonna mix. Your hood would be Lila. Your quirky would be Chrisette Michele. Chrisette lets us know that she is from social worker stock, okay? Her mama and daddy was counselors and therapists and social workers and all of that. So she's very much in tune with the touchy-feely, let's talk it out, let's hug it out, let's love it out, you know, therapy approach. And Leela James is just really not trying to hear that, okay? Leela James is more of your old school type. She's actually like an old soul. She reminds you of your granny, okay, that still go and pay the goddamn telephone bill in person at the telephone company, want to stand in line at the goddamn electric company, and the water bill in person, okay, the only ones that got a full book of stamps in their fucking purse. That's Leela James, okay? Her whole approach is, you know what, we pray about it, we give it to God, and we let it go, okay? And listen, prayer 100% works, okay? But we also know that faith without works is dead. Okay, we can't just be acting the fool, cutting up the fool all the time, and then expecting that God is going to fix it for us if we not working towards it as well. So, you know, I like Leela James because some of her ways of thinking is like mine. Like, I don't be liking, y'all know how I feel about deep people, and, you know, I don't be feeling like the whole Iyanla, Oprah, you know, your best self and all of this, okay? I don't feel like all that. However, I do feel the need for therapy in certain situations. If it is definitely necessary, I'm all for therapy. Leela is not for therapy. I kind of felt what she was saying when she was like, it just doesn't feel like it's necessary right now. I also felt what Chrisette was saying. You know what? They got a lot of drama, a lot of baggage that they bringing from last season. over into this season. I just don't want to be in no drama. So, you know, Chrisette's whole thing is, I think we need to talk to a therapist. Lila ain't feeling it. So what I guess I'm saying is, I wish that Chrisette was a little less Chrisette-ish and Lila was a little less Lila-ish. You understand what I'm saying? Like, both of them are the extremes of both ends of the spectrum. And I can see how both of them would probably get on my fucking nerves, okay? So, but I like them both. I like Chrisette Michele and I like Lila James. They both have strong personalities I'm seeing on the show now that, you know, you got to be trying to work with. So, Chrisette gets Lila, Michele and Claudette to go, you know, hiking on some trail, and Chrisette shows up in angel wings, and boy, that fucking Lila could not understand it. And see, this is the whole thing I'm talking about. Like, why is it making you this upset that she got on angel wings? What the fuck it got to do with you? Okay, it was cute, you know, it's a little different, but it's really not that big of a deal. So this is where I say the hood and the quirky. You know, hood sometimes we ain't hood just can't quite grasp the total weirdness of somebody with all these quirks. But here's where I also realize that Chrisette is very quietly determined to be and say whatever it is that she wants to say. Whatever her intentions are, she is going to do it. She brings up that therapy, not just that time, but she brings it up quite a bit on the show, okay, knowing that it's probably going to rub Lila James the wrong way, and she don't really care. And then on the other side of that, Lila is also a very strong character. She's real opinionated, and if she see it her way, then she can't see it any other way. So kind of closed-minded and, you know, kind of tunnel vision-ish. But, you know, I commend Lila. She's really trying to blend in with the girls. But Chrisette is right. You know, they do have a lot of shit that comes from last season. She was just like, everybody seems to be really afraid to say Kelly Price. Okay, why don't y'all just say it? Shit, she ain't watching the show anyway because she's booked. I was just like, oh, the shade. But yeah, the four of them go. And when I say four, I mean Lila, Chrisette, Claudette, and Michele. They go talk to the therapist the first time. You know, Shantae wasn't there. They are assuming because Shantae is kind of in her feelings about the whole girl anthem thing. We'll get to that in a little bit. And really, I feel like the two that needed to be there, which was Shantae and Mo, weren't there. I mean, Claudette and Michele don't give much problem, okay? I mean, Claudette is really just going with the flow of the show. I mean, I really like Claudette's, you know, her personality in this show. Michele will speak up a little bit, but yeah, I mean, they don't give much problem. It's really Shantae More and Mo that really needed to be there, but whatever. Of course, Lila, like I said, she got her opinions about therapy. She's letting the therapist know, I really don't think that we need to be here, okay? And Chrisette takes some offense to it, so then Lila James and Chrisette are arguing kind of back and forth, you know, nicely, but enough to make people uncomfortable. Claudette and Michele are just kind of like, oh, okay. Again, we need Claudette and Lila to just be a little bit less of themselves. Now, I can already see that my feelings for Shantae More is going to change this season, and it's so unfortunate because I like Shantae More. I can see where it's fixing to change. Okay, Shantae is sort of like in this whole diva mode, and I'm not quite sure if it is just edited to look that way. I'm not sure if they edited her last season to not look that way. Because y'all remember her and Kelly Price bumped heads quite early, and you know, we were so focused on the bullshit of Kelly Price, you know, and nobody really feeling like Shantae More might have been stirring the pot, and maybe we didn't see it. I don't know, but it's weird that all of a sudden she's this way this season when, you know, we didn't see no sign of it. So I have a feeling, you know, it's a spin on it somewhere. I'm gonna keep my eye on that bitch, find out what the fuck it is. Oh shit, my battery about to die, y'all. Let me put the battery in. Let me plug it up. So anyway, Shantae More is talking to her manager. The manager is co-signing on the fact that they are just absolutely floored that Lila, Chrisette, and Lil Mo was not chomping at the bit to sing on her goddamn girls anthem. I know, right? First of all, the song is stupid, okay? I won't say it's stupid, but it's kind of young for this group, okay? They too old to be saying shit like this. I mean, I'm seeing Shantae trying to stay relevant or whatever, but yeah, no. Shantae is just like, I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, I've sang backup for Prince and Patty and Michael, and you know, she's naming all these legendary names, and I'm just like, Shantae More, now you are quite talented, and I bought your music, and I love your voice and everything, but you not Prince, Patty, or Stevie, okay? And just because you are willing to do something like that does not mean that everybody else is going to be willing to do something like that, and you cannot assume something like that, okay? Why you think we, as established artists, want to be some damn glorified background singers singing some goddamn chorus? I don't know why Shantae can't get out of her own self to kind of realize where the girls are coming from. But, you know, the manager is just like, well, we really need to move on this song, so I need to know what they're going to do. I've sent all of them contracts, and, you know, I'm waiting on them to sign and send it back because in 2 days we have to make a decision on this music. I don't know what that means. Does that mean either it gets scrapped or they gonna do something else, or they gonna, I mean, you can't just put it out if the people ain't signed a release, right? On the flip side of that, Chrisette meets with her real manager, okay, and he all but wipes his ass with that contract that the damn manager from Shantae More sends him, because one, the shit is not on letterhead. Two, the shit got all this misspelled words, which is so bad when you are trying to conduct business. You mean to fucking tell me you can't even get a spell check on that mug? You know how bad that makes you look when you're trying to have a business and you do not know how to spell your word? I mean, you know, the world is so wrapped up in text messaging and emails and everything being so informal that people don't remember that, you know, you got a contract. This is a legal document. This is business, that it needs to be 100% correct, okay? Not only does it have misspelled words and everything in it, but it's not a proper legal document. And he was just like, you know, I don't know where they coming from. They talking about no pay, no compensation. So now Shantae More is just saying, I want you to be on this song, and I want to benefit from all you guys' names being on this song. However, I'm the only one gonna be getting paid from it. I mean, where the fuck they do that at? You can't give them no money. You can't give them a few dollars. Bitch, you can't get them a goddamn Bath and Body Works gift basket. You know, goddamn, you know, gift card at Red Lobster or something. You can't do nothing. You just want them to sing for free? Oh no, babe, we don't do that. We don't do that here. Okay, I'm gonna need you to pay me. Or whatever. After, you know, Chrisette keeps on with trying to get these girls together, we finally get them all together. Okay, we gonna discuss these damn pink elephants that's in the room. It's so funny that how as women, we let the attitudes of other women affect ours. I mean, we can all get together and be in a good mood, and all it takes is one to bring that whole shit down. That's kind of what happens this night. So Chrisette again is like the ringleader of it, and her whole approach, like I told you guys, is we need to talk it out. Let's get it out. Let's put it all on the table. So Shantae goes in and she says that, you know, she's feeling disconnected from the group. Okay, she's hurt and upset about the fact that the girls was acting the way they did when she wanted them to sing on her song. I always wonder how Michele and Claudette felt about the fact they didn't even know nothing about the damn song, okay? And then to hear them arguing about it and just be like, well, bitch, you ain't even asked us. But you know, like I said, Shantae More is all in her feelings, and they're like, fuck that song. You come telling us that we could be creative on a song that wasn't finished yet, then when we get there to do it, okay, that's not what it was. We singing background? Okay, what makes you think that me as a 5-album Grammy award winning person wants to sing background on your damn song? You know, Shantae More was like, well, I could tell by the body language of everybody. Nobody was looking me in the eye. Everybody was looking down at honey. Chrisette was like, bitch, somebody told a lie to your head because I looks everybody straight in the eye, okay? And I made sure that I did the same to you. I was just like, okay, Chrisette, you better say that, okay? I think that damn voice got a little deeper, honey. She meant what the fuck she said, okay? She was like, bitch, don't let these angel wings fool you, okay? This soft ass voice. I means business when I means business. I was like, all right. Even the girls there was just sort of like, oh, you know, they didn't know it was gonna be like that. Like, oh, it's like that, Chrisette? Yes, it's like that. I liked Chrisette a little bit more after this episode. I like that she knocked Shantae More back a peg or two. Even though I don't really want it to be like this with them, okay? I was all set up to think that Lil Mo was gonna be the problem this season. And, you know, Lil Mo is ratchet, and, you know, she kind of be saying shit, you know, out of turn or whatever, but Lil Mo ain't done nothing to me this whole season. I've been fine with Lil Mo, okay? Can't get past the blonde, even though if she could just keep the blonde bob, we would be okay, but I ain't had no problems with Lil Mo. Shantae is rubbing me the wrong way so far. It's really just, I'm sad a little bit about that. So then Leela is just like, well, fuck it. Since we talking about that elephant, let's talk about this damn Puerto Rico trip. Okay, I don't even want to do it. I'm just trying to do it because y'all said y'all was doing it, but I don't even really understand why we doing this. And I was wondering when that was gonna come up because I told you guys first, you know, from the first episode that I thought Claudette should just do it. She's Puerto Rican. You know, you can tell that Leela is the furthest away from the Puerto Rican agenda. So she was just like, I feel like we ain't even on the same page. We can't get, you know, work through all of this shit. I feel like we shouldn't do it at all. So now everybody is just like, oh, now here we go again with somebody not wanting to do a project. So now the drama begins. Like I said, you guys let me know what you guys want me to do, which video you want me to do. We'll commit to one. All right. So you guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom. It will be in the bottom bar. All right? Okay, so I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.